Oh, here we are in the kitchen with our quarantine birds, and I'm let's see, Mr. Over here, my dilute, who was down here with his lady Luscious, started sneezing, and I thought, okay, well, they've been here for like a month or so recovering, and it's time to give them a treatment. So I'm doing the air sac mites treatment along with antibiotics. So they'll get, when it's all done, they'll be treated for air sac mites and have a 10-day course of antibiotics. And the big surprise was this blue guy right here, who has not looked great since I got him, suddenly is putting it together and looking much, much better. So either he had air sac mites that were really bugging him, or he had a bacterial infection of some kind that he wasn't able to beat. So they're all looking just a lot better. I haven't weighed them yet, but I can tell by looking at them that their bodies have filled out. So that was kind of the last piece to their puzzle. It was either the air sac mites or the antibiotics. It might have just been the antibiotics, because this guy had the sniffles and the sneezes, but none of the rest of them did. Of course, I shouldn't say that because I know better. It doesn't mean a thing. They sniffle and sneeze when they have a new or flaring up air sac mite problem. The rest of the time you can't even tell they have it. So, but anyway, so they've all been treated, and the reason I took Scruffy, who is no longer Scruffy, I'm starting to feel bad about his name because he looks fabulous now. But anyway, I took him away from Luscious is because he's already been treated with more than enough stuff. So, she was with him, so I'm giving her the ivermectin, which is having no impact on her at all because she's been treated with it less than 2 months ago. And I'm just leaving her be while they're up here getting antibiotics with probiotics in them and all that kind of stuff. So they'll be done on Sunday, and I'll be able to put Scruffy back with his girl. And I'm going to go and reassess everybody. It might be time to throw them out because they're really looking very hale and hearty now. They've done that recovery that I was looking for. Also, because I know that the antibiotic Amtil sucks their calcium out of them, every day that they get the antibiotic, they're also getting calcium plus in the water. So they're not losing calcium. In fact, they're probably gaining it. So that might be something to do with it too. Although I've been adding calcium to their water in lower doses pretty much since they came, so because they had the shivers. I don't know what exactly it is that worked, but it certainly worked. They're all in lovely shape now and ready to launch. So I had to bring in Blue and Angel. Isn't it funny how much smaller she is? She's just a regular pet type parakeet and one of my very first birds, and I adore her, and Neon adores her. But the difference between a pet type bird and an English budgie is pretty dramatic. Let me see if I can open the cage door so you can see them without the bars. So I brought them in because they both had poopy butts. And so I catch them on the net, stick them in the carrying cage, bring them in, and then take them out by hand, and discover that they're both just fat and sassy. So I don't know what's up. They're certainly not dehydrated or anything else, or starving or anything else. So I imagine that they're not terribly sick, whatever they've got. So I'm just going to hold them in here for a couple of days and wait and see how long it takes for them to clean up their back ends. So, and they'll be back outside in no time. But like I said, look at his breast sticking out like that. And hers too. They both, I mean, she's just fat. The females do a big weight gain in the spring because they're getting ready to breed. But he's clearly in great shape too. So I'm not terribly worried about them. I'm just going to keep an eye on them for a few days to make sure that, I think they probably just caught some little bug or something. So yeah, that's what's happening inside. I do have a cage opening up outside because I'm going to bring Limey and his babies. I'm setting up a fledgling cage that has no bars in the bottom of the cage. All of the breeding cages have bars in the bottom of the cage, and it makes it hard for the babies to walk when they first come out of the cage. And they have to be with Dad for a week or so until they figure out how to deal with food bowls, because they'll sit there The food bowls are all clear. See how you can see right through them? Right through the side of them. So they'll sit there and sit on the floor of the cage and try and nibble on the underside of the food bowl to get food out of it. It takes them a while to figure it out. And of course to get their wings under them. So I set up a fledgling cage. I'm going to set up a fledgling cage in here and bring Limey and his babies in. As soon as the first one comes out of the cage, then I'll just bring them, comes out of the box, the nest box, and I'll just bring them all in and put them in the fledgling cage. And like I said, these guys are done Sunday. I may be tossing them outside. Enough with this whole convalescence thing. You guys are looking great. So I haven't, Limey's breeding cage is going to open up with the box when I bring him and his babies into the fledgling cage. And I don't know who I'm going to put in there. I got to start thinking about who goes. I won't put any of these guys in yet because they've been getting a lot of calcium. They're probably not feeling it right now. So, because we know that it does make them sterile. So, we'll see who ends up going into the vacant cage. Okay?